When you're introducing a new puppy to your four-legged family members, there's no assurances that they're going to find him quite as delightful as you do, at least not right away. Depending on the age and temperament of your resident dogs, the newcomer may be accepted by the family or treated with resentment and jealousy. But don't worry, this is perfectly normal, and chances are good that within a few days, the two or more of them will be best friends. Let's take a look at 10 easy steps you can take to successfully introduce a new puppy to your four-legged canine family. Before we get into this, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more doggy tips and best practices. Leave a comment down below saying I subscribe, and we'll try our best to personally respond to your comments. Step 1. Consider compatibility. If you want to bring a new puppy into your family, it's easy to choose based on the cuteness factor or even on the spur of the moment. But if you want to maximize the potential for a harmonious relationship between your resident dog and the newcomer, it pays to think things through first. Here are a few things that might help. 1. A pup of the opposite sex is more likely to be accepted without too much fuss, and there's less chance of serious conflict erupting later on when the puppy reaches adolescence. Number 2, an older resident dog will be less threatened by a puppy than it will by another adult dog. A pup or adolescent will most likely accept either. Number 3, give thought to size and breed characteristics. If your current dog is from a breed with a strong prey drive, introducing a new puppy who is a small, fast-moving breed is probably not the best idea. Number 4, large and giant breed dogs are often docile and low energy as adults, but they might hurt a very small puppy completely by accident. Choosing a more robust or larger breed rather than a miniature one might be wiser. Of course, every single dog and pup is a unique individual, and these are generalizations. You know your own dog best, so choose your new family member using the understanding and knowledge you have of how he or she is likely to behave based on past experiences and observation. When you do bring your new puppy home, and if you're nervous on how they will get along, you can always monitor compatibility between your dogs with a pet camera. Pet cameras like the Pet Cube Bites 2, which is a Wi-Fi pet cam with a built-in treat dispenser, eases anxiety by letting you see, talk to, and play with your pup when you are away. You can use it to fling calming treats to your dogs or just to remotely treat and reward your pooch for good behavior. Dog cameras are the latest breakthrough in pet care. There is also another camera similar to the Pet Cube Bite, but instead of dispensing treats, it comes with a built-in laser pointer so you can play laser chase with your high-energy pup when you're out working or running errands. Both pet monitors feature 1080p HD video, two-way audio, night vision, 3x digital zoom, and built-in treat dispenser or laser toy. You can find them in the description. Step 2. Prepare before the first meeting. Before you bring your new puppy home, put away your older dog's favorite chew toys to avoid territorial behavior. Create spaces in your home where both dogs can get away from the other. Purchase separate food dishes to prevent possessive aggression. Ensure both dogs are up to date on their vaccinations. Step 3. Choose a neutral meeting place. If you are uncertain how one or both of the dogs will react, be cautious. First, plan to have the dogs meet on neutral ground. Choose a place where neither dog is likely to feel territorial. Even your dog's favorite park is not a good spot unless it is a dog park, since dogs are often used to meeting other dogs there. If you are adopting a dog from a shelter, ask the staff if they can help to introduce the dogs. If your dog is accustomed to meeting dogs at a pet supply store like PetSmart or Petco, you can ask the store's trainer to help with the introduction. Step 4. Begin with a fence meeting. Dogs can read your tension if you're the least bit wary. When this elevated excitement combines with a leash restraint, then fearful aggression could develop. That's why the first dog-to-dog meeting should take place between unleashed dogs. For safety's sake, however, let the dogs meet through a chain link fence or tennis net so they can sniff each other while the barrier keeps them separated. This helps the new dog novelty wear off before a true nose-to-nose meeting. It's also important when there's a size difference between the resident dog and the new pup. Even friendly adult dogs could accidentally injure the youngster with over-exuberant greetings. We hope these steps are making you feel more confident about welcoming your new pup to your resident dogs. Proudly show off your love for your dogs by rocking a hoodie your puppies would be proud of. You can find these in the description. Step 5. Take a walk with the dogs. Take both dogs for a walk, parallel to each other with a different person handling each dog. Keep the leashes loose and give the dogs room to move so you can reduce the potential for tension. At first, keep the dogs out of the nose sniffing range and use a treat or toy to keep doggy eyes on the human. No challenge staring at the other dog should be allowed. Walk them together for 5 or 10 minutes before allowing a head-to-head meeting. If you like what you see so far, subscribe and give us a like. Hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime we upload. Step 6. Allow sniffing opportunities. Once the dogs show a happy interest in meeting, let them come together while keeping the leashes loose. Choose an area with open space to reduce tension. The dogs will sniff each other's bodies, including rear ends, which is proper canine greeting etiquette. First greetings should be kept to only 10 minutes or so to keep the dogs from tiring. Make a point of calling each dog away from time to time to give a treat or toy. This will prevent any escalating tension and maintain a happy mood. Step 7. Give dogs verbal feedback. For the most part, dogs in this situation respond well to verbal feedback from humans. For example, if the dogs are getting too tense around each other, saying something in a soothing tone of voice such as, "It's okay guys, cool your jets," can help them to take it down a notch. Shake off and start fresh. If one dog is getting too overbearing and the other isn't correcting her, we can often help out by saying something like, "Hey, knock it off." If the dogs do shake off their tension and engage with each other in polite, appropriate ways, we can reward them for those behaviors and encourage more of them by speaking in a happy tone. Good dogs! Well done! In most cases, that kind of verbal guidance is all the interference they need from us. We must only step in and physically separate them when they are becoming too excited and cannot give themselves a break, or when it becomes clear that the relationship is headed for conflict. Step 8. Look for positive dog body language. It is a good sign if the dogs want to play together. Watch for the doggy language that signals good intentions. A classic canine invitation to a game is the play bow, in which the tail end goes up and the head goes down. Doggy yawning also signals "I'm no threat" and can be a very positive sign from either dog. Whines, barks, and growls are used in both play and threats, so pay attention so you can better judge what the dogs mean. Licking the mouth and face of the other dog and rolling on the back in dog language signals submission. The puppy should display these behaviors, which tells the older dog that it's just a baby and to cut the youngster some slack. Allow play for only a few minutes during the first meeting, then stop and end the introduction on a good note. Step 9. Introduce your home. Once they've met off-home territory, repeat the introduction in your yard off-leash. If it is fenced, call the dog and puppy apart every few minutes to ensure they don't become too excited. Remember, the new pup should only meet one resident dog at a time, not the whole gang at once. Have all your resident dogs outside of the house when you first bring the new pup indoors. Do this out of sight of the other canines. For instance, have your resident dogs in the fenced backyard playing while you bring the new puppy in the front door. For the fewest potential problems, the resident dog should enter the house and find the new dog already there. Let them settle in, but make sure you've put away your dog's toys, bones, and food bowls first, since these items may be sources of conflict. Whenever you feed the dogs, and certainly if you're going to offer high-value items like Kongs or chews, it may be best to separate them while they eat. Once the dogs are good friends, they may be more willing to chomp side by side on food and high-value items. Step 10. monitor squabbles. Very few dogs coexist without disagreements. A stare, a lifted lip, or a growl is a normal dog signal that he's uncomfortable with something another dog is doing. Often, the recipient of these signals will stop and move away. This is appropriate. As the dogs become more comfortable with each other, they should do less of this, but punishing them can have very negative results and can turn uncertainty into fear and aversion and result in ongoing conflict between the dogs. Supervise and distract as needed to make sure serious conflicts don't arise, but don't punish this sort of behavior. Examples of serious conflicts include staring that cannot be interrupted, hard, stiff muscles and posturing that lasts more than a few seconds, or full contact fights. Don't leave the dogs together when they are alone in the house until you're reasonably sure that they are comfortable with each other. The new dog especially may be very anxious when left with your dog at first. If they can be crated, fine. If not, perhaps they can be gated apart. Leave them for very short periods at first to make sure no problems arise when you're gone. As much as you may want your dogs to hit it off right away, be sure to take things slow and stay in control of the situation. Do your best to keep every meeting between the dogs happy and let them get used to each other's scents gradually. It's important to start things off right in order to establish a comfortable doggy home for everyone. Are you still anxious about introducing your new pup to your home safely? Check out this video for tips to puppy-proof your house and make it a safe haven for your furry friend. We go over many easy hacks and tips to puppy-proof your house or apartment. You'll be surprised by how many things you have in your house that pose a hazard to your new puppy. If you're new to our channel and you like it, leave us a comment and please subscribe.